y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin, and today we are going to be doing Bookends. Bookends is a series on my channel where I put an end to all of the unread physical books on my shelves. So let's just get right in there. If you recall from my last Bookends, I ended with 120 books on my shelves. That was over my beginning quarter balance. So I was not allowed to buy any books during that time. There was one exception. It was a pre-order, and that was A Psalm of Storms and Silence. But like that didn't count. I bought it way before I thought that I would have 120 books on my shelves. I have a little bit of an announcement because I thought I had 120 books, but really I had 125 books. I know. I know this because I started using BookBuddy. Shout out to Jashana, who mentioned this in a video of hers not too long ago. And so I went through all of my shelves. I scanned every single book that I own. And as I was cleaning off shelves and doing all of that fun stuff, there were 5 books that were hiding behind other books that I had forgotten all about. I don't even know when I got them. So instead of our total being 120, it is actually 125. So that is our beginning balance, guys, 125. Let's see where we end up today. I did read a ton, so I'm hoping that I hope that I'm like in the the low 110s. It's gotta be. It has to be. So let's begin. October rolled around and I actually did really well. I didn't buy any books. However, I did read some books. From my physical shelves, I read Bloodsucking Fiends by Christopher Moore. I actually ended up DNFing this because it just was not interesting like I wanted it to be. Even though I really like Christopher Moore's writing, this just wasn't for me. So I read this. Then I read A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. I wish that I had DNF'd this, but I didn't. Then I read The Inheritance of Orchidia Divina by Zoraida Cordova and When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. Those were all of my October books. I was off to a good start. I didn't bring any books in. I read at least 4 of them. Well, I read 3 of them and DNF'd 1, but 4 books off my shelves off the bat. We're doing good. That was October, and then November came and I bought some stuff. Now, I picked up A Psalm of Storms and Silence by Roseanne A. Brown. This is the sequel to A Song of Wraiths and Ruin. This is the book that I pre-ordered. So I feel like this shouldn't count, but it does. So I picked this up, but while I was there picking this up, I also saw this other book that just looked really, really cool and I wanted it. And so I got it. And that is Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra. And I know I wasn't supposed to be buying anything, but it was just sitting there looking like, not helpless. It does not look helpless, but it was definitely calling to me. And it said, Robin, read me, get me, buy me, love me. And so I got it. But that's okay because in November I read stuff. In fact, one of the first things that I read in November was A Psalm of Storms and Silence because I read this for Game of Tomes readathon. This was my pick for most anticipated read, and it was. I had been waiting for it for months. That's why I pre-ordered it. And so I read it. I talk more about it and all of the other books that I'm about to talk about in my November wrap-up. I'll link that somewhere. I also read All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson, The Favorite Sister by Jessica Knoll, How to Be Black by Baratunde Thurston, and Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I mean, come on, you gotta give it to me. I did so well. So we're just gonna move right on to December because, again, I was killing it with the reading of books from my shelves. December rolls around, I'm in a reading mood. I pick up lots of things. I picked up A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I was feeling very Christmassy. I also picked up Nothing But Blackened Teeth, the book that I just bought in November. So I'm doing well. Like, I'm reading things as I get them. Like, who am I? The Rosie Project by Graham Simpson, American Street by Evie Zaboy, Miracle Creek by Angie Kim, Witchwood by Tahira Mafi, which I feel brought 2021 to a good close because I read Furthermore, which is the first book in this series, in January. So like, I read both of them in this year. I closed out a series. Oh my God. Anyway, that was everything that I read in December. So that's fantastic, right? Wrong. Because while I did not buy myself anything in December, I had some amazing friends who bought me things for Christmas. And guys, I heart all of you. So these are the books that I picked up in December. First, we have my sweet bean, Dasha, from Mythic Pages. She bought me Lakewood by Megan Giddings, and she also got me The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson, which I'm very excited to get to. I think I'm gonna get to it this month. So again, I'm killing it. I'm just killing it, like reading things that I get. Isn't that amazing? I love that for me. Then my other sweet bean, Ray from Bookmark Chronicles, she got me Geekarella by Ashley Poston, The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, and I'm so excited for this one. She got me The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. Like, I have been wanting to read this, but I didn't want to read it until I had all of them, which I know doesn't make any sense because what if I hate the first one and then I have the entire series? But that's neither here nor there. The point is, she got me this one, and so I'm so excited to start reading this, which I'm definitely putting on my TBR for February. And then I was like, oh, cool, I'll just pick up the rest of the series, right? Well, one of my best friends decided he was gonna get me books for Christmas, and so he gave me The Dragon Republic. So I'm already 2/3 into the series. It's going great for me. One book left. I mean, it's going great for me in the sense that like I have all the books that I really, really want to get to. Terrible for my actual physical shelves. But we're not done because Steph from Stephanie Bookish, just one of the sweetest, most wonderful human beings ever, gifted me with The Faithful and the Fallen, the whole series by John Gwynne. Now, when I tell you I love having complete series on my shelves, even though I've never read the first sentence of the first book, I just love that for me. But we have Malice, Valor, Ruin, and Wrath. And the day that I got these, I was shocked. And so like between these and these and these, all my loves, I'm just so happy. This was like the best Christmas book-wise ever. You guys don't even understand. Sorry. I'm just so happy. Look at my babies. But yeah, that's where we are. And if my math skills are what I think they are, which is not very great to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. My math skills are like shit. So like, don't ask me for complicated equations. I can't help you. Like, when was the last time I used Pythagorean theorem? What do you even use that for in your daily life? No, I'm actually really curious. Like, what do you use that for in your daily life? Let me know. And so if I have counted this correctly, I now have 122 books on my shelves. I mean, actually, considering that I started at 125, because I did not count 5 reappearing magical books on my shelves. Considering that happened and I got to 122, I'm gonna say that's a success. Now my goal for the year is to get down to 90 unread books on my shelves. Will I do it? I mean, it's only like what, 20, 32? It's 32 books. Surely I can read 32 books this year. But we're not accounting for any of the books that I do buy or get as gifts. So, you know what? We're gonna do it. That is my goal. I'm going to get down to 90, maybe, hopefully. So that's where I am, guys. 122 books on my shelves. And hopefully next quarter we'll be down even more. I don't plan on buying any books. I don't have like any pre-orders coming in. There's books that I'm like anticipating, but like not that I need to have like physically. So yeah, we'll see. I've already read 2 books off of my shelves in this year alone. We're still in January. Okay? We're getting it done. And if not, pray for me, guys. Pray for me. That's all I have for you guys today. If you think that I can make my goal of 90, let me know down below. Do you guys have any goals of reading the unread books on your shelves? Let's talk about it down in the comments. And until next time, bye.